Good morning to all my classmates, especially to our gender and development instructor, Miss Sydney Bernalis. Good morning po. Um, this is Dalagan Jocelyn Palma, together with my kasamahan, Rico Verdijo, Gismark Antigo, Jolina, Glidel, and Jinilit Latras. We are the Group 1 reporters with the topic of theories of gender development. And, and this morning, we are going to report the 3 lessons about theories of gender development, which is the biological theories, interpersonal influence, and the third one is the foundational sociological theories. And first, I am going to share with you what the theory is, the gender development, and the gender norms. Theory is usually understood as a personal view that attempts to explain the goings on of the world. It is also started a group of hypotheses about phenomenon, and it is supported by data through experimentation. Gender theories open up new perspective for how to understood women and men and their various contexts, including gender structure and norms. In gender development, it is referred to the process by which a person build his or her community, regardless of one's person birth sex. Gender development is the process of how the person expresses their femininity or masculinity, influenced by nurture and culture. Also, it is an important aspect in developing testing material on gender and health. A fascinating process because it is deeply rooted in biology rather, profoundly shaped by societal expectation and actively constructed by individuals over and over again at different levels. Now, in gender norms, there are traits or behavior that are generally associated with either being a male or masculine traits, such as dominant, brave, aggressive, and being competitive, together with a female or feminine traits such as helpless, needs protection, nurturing, or to help or to encourage, and a motherly love. Okay, that's all for that theory, the gender development and gender norms. Now, please help me to welcome our next reporter, Mr. Rico Berdijo.
Hello everyone, I am Rico Severdijo, Group 1 member, in assigning topic, Biological Theories of Gender. Biological theories are the earliest approaches in explaining the physical and behavioral development of a man and woman. According to this theory, gender development begins at the fertilization, at its result of biological processes, mainly in two ways, chromosomes and hormones. We have the role of chromosomes in gender development. The human body has 46 chromosomes, typically arranged in 26 pairs, wherein the 23rd pair determines the biological sex as the either female. That was what we called XX chromosome. For the male, XY chromosomes. The biological approach is a gender development holds that XY chromosomes contains genes responsible for masculine. Equal traits such as aggressiveness, competitive, rest seekers, among others. Biological theory posited that masculine and feminine traits are already coded in the chromosomes. These coded traits manifest in a person's look and behavior that explain the physical and physiological difference between male and female. Atypical sex of chromosomes, where the chromosomes divide from the usual XX/XY. Fearing this condition is called atypical sex chromosomes. Having an atypical sex chromosomes means that the person's body and behavior looks like a typically male or female, but their chromosomes do not align to their birth sex. People with atypical sex chromosomes also have a direct physical and physiological manifestation. We have the Sawyer syndrome. Number 1. The sex-determining region Y genes ray gene in the Y chromosomes carries the gene that causes the embryo to develop testes. If the embryo does not have a Y chromosomes, it will have the stray gene and embryo will develop an ovary. The second, Turner syndrome is a condition within the Y chromosomes does not carry the stray gene or the stray gene does not active. For the third, this condition affect 1 of 80,000 people. And the last one of the Turner syndrome, people with Turner syndrome have a typical female reproductive system, but the gonads are underdeveloped. That's why they typically raise as the females, and based on the physical appearance, their community will deem a females. However, critically their chromosomes are XY. And the last one, the Klinefelter syndrome. We have three Klinefelter syndrome. The first one, this condition affect in 1 in 500 to 1,000 men. The second, the person is biological male and has the physical appearance of a male. And the last one, whoever this person carries an X chromosome in his chromosomal pairing, hence XX/.
The role of hormones in gender development. In this phenomenon, according to biological views, biological theory claims that hormones determine how girls and boys behave. Male are more aggressive than female, and the androgen is a hormones present in both men and women, but it is typically assigned in male hormones. In this role, testosterone is the most significant hormone to male sexual development and functions, but estrogen needs to stay in balance rather with testosterone to help control sex drive, the ability to have an erection, and the production of sperm. Then estrogen also is the key the development of sexual function and characteristics in women during adolescence. This includes menstruation and the reproductive cycle. It is also helps maintain that functional throughout life.
Evolutionary explanation. Evolutionary explanation to a gender development is a biological approach. The focal argument of evolutionary explanation is that the human brain learned that brain evolved and gained abilities that increase survival chances. Prehistoric human species that possess adapted traits had higher chances of survival, better chances of processing passing their genes to successive generation. The core basic assumptions of evolutionary theory are the following. All living species struggle for existence. Variations in hereditary traits exist within a species. The result of the first two assumptions is natural selection. Natural selection is a process by which organisms that can adapt to the environment tend to survive and produce offspring in prehistoric times. Reproductive was part of survival, and evolutionary explanation assert that even in these times, the two sexes recognizes they have different social roles. Therefore, the two sexes developed strategies in relation to their social role to ensure the survival of their species. Thus, the evolution of the prehistoric male's brain and the prehistoric female brain favor different adapted traits to good explanation. Why men and women is general look, think, and behave differently. Evolutionary explanations theories or explore empirically how natural selection shaped human social behavior, social recognition, social trends, and culture evolution by causing humans to behave in ways that maximize their inclusive fitness in fast and current environments. For me, the evolutionary explanation is evolutionaryong pagbabago. Nagmumula sa evolutionary consciousness. That's all. Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. This is a lesson 2 about interpersonal influence. Psychologists focused on how individual traits interact with the social environment to procedure behaviors. Psychology is often interested in how biological and mental processes procedure or affect behavior. Psychodynamic theory explains that human behavior is a result of a person's unconscious psychological processes, and the adult personality is shaped by childhood experiences. Psychodynamic theory is closely associated to Austrian psychoanalyst Sigmund Freud. Libido, sexual drive or sexual activity. Freud used libido to mean as energy that comes from drive instinct that direct behavior. Freud differentiated two kinds of drive, the life drive and the death drive. Life drive refers to the feelings, love, and affection, while the death drive controls a risky behavior such as aggressions. Fixations is a result of either frustrations or overindulgence. It could be both in the early process of development, wherein some part of person's libido was stuck at a particular basis. Freud claimed that caregivers such as the parents who cannot the child needs could create frustrations. There are 5 Freud phases of psychological sexual development. 1. Oral, when a person uses their mouth to sexually stimulate the genitals of another person. A. From birth to 18 months. B. Libido is certain on the month. C. Release on adult feed them. D. Crucial development trust. E. If they are not fulfilled, it could no longer hold trust and dependency later in life. 2. Where a man's penis enters the anus of his partner, or female or male. A. From 18 months from from 2 3 years. Libido is forms of anus. C. The child's work of potty training. A. Tolerant or overindulgent potty training could be lead to anal explosive personality or tremendously messy for later in life. F. Lack of resolution at this age could lead to the inability to manage finances or daily tasks later in life. 3. Pal. A. From the 3 to 6 years old. B. Pleasure point in concentrated on the child's genitals. C. Boy's development Eudipus complex and girl's development Electra complex. D. Oedipus complex is the unconscious desire of the son of his mother and feels his father rival. Electra complex is the unconscious desire of the daughter toward her father's and feels that her mother is her competition for the father's love and affections. 4. Latent from 6 years old to puberty. B. The libido is dominant. C. Sexual impulses are repressed. D. Sexual energy is channelated to schoolworks, hobbies, and friendship. E. Energy is devoted to developing new skills and play is largely. 5. Genital phases begin at puberty. B. Time for adolescent sexual experiments. C. Become sexually matured and marry someone within their age group. D. Relationship is heterosexual. E. Unresolved issues in the early stage that create fixations and conflict would result the prevention at this age. The chief component of Freud's psychosexual development was for the child to identify with the same-sex parents. The boy identifies with his father and the girl identifies with her mother. However, other early psychologists who tested Freud's theories were unable to find support for his claims. Nevertheless, Freud's psychological theories were unable to find support. Theories still very significant as it was his studies. The more research founded other theories is process by which a person identifies as male or a female.
Good day, ma'am. My topic is all about cognitive development theory, Kohlberg's theory, and socialization theory. Cognitive development theory. The Swiss psychologist Piaget suggests that children's intelligence undergoes changes as they grow. Cognitive development in children is not only related to acquiring knowledge. Children need to build or develop a mental model of their surrounding world. Ang teorya ni Piaget ay nagmumungkahi na ang nagbibigay malay ng pag-unlad ng bata, nangyayari ito sa 4 na universal at husay na magkaibang mga pangkalahatang yugto. Ang bawat yugto ay lumilitaw kapag ang isang kawalan ng timbang nangyayari sa isip ng bata at ang bata ay dapat umangkop sa pamamagitan ng pag-aaral ng mag-isip ng naiiba. Ang pamamaraan ni Piaget upang malaman kung paano gumana ang pag-iisip ng mga bata ay batay sa pagmamasid at kakayahang umangkop ng pagtatanong ng pilit sinasagot. Kohlberg's theory. Kohlberg's theory is an example of a cognitive development approach which emphasizes the role of thinking or cognition in the development of gender. The basic principle of Kohlberg's theory is that a child's understanding of gender develops with age. As part of the theory, Kohlberg identified three stages in gender development: gender stability, gender identity, and gender constancy. Ang gender identity ay isang personal na karanasan. Ito ay kung paano natin nakikilala ang ating sarili batay sa ating kasarian. Kung tayo ba ay lalaki o babae o wala sa dalawa. Socialization theories explain that process of the individual developments of a human personality within a social environment with specific living conditions. Socialization theory o teorya ng pagsasapanlipunan, ang kahulugan ay ang proseso ng internalizing social norms at ideology ay kilala bilang socialization sa sosyolohiya.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm Marquis Santiago, and I'm a reporter. My topic is about foundational sociological theories. First is conflict perspective. This theory explains that society is a stage in which struggles for power and dominance are acted out. This assuming can be applied to the family and by extension. To gender roles, it continued domination by mix requires belief system that supports gender equality, such as women are inferior outside the home, but they are more valuable inside the home. So, conflict perspective, for example, conflict theory describes the relationship between employers or employees as one of a conflict. Next is structural functionalist perspective. This theory argues that society is made of symbolic parts, which contribute to the functioning of the whole society, and asks how any given element of social structure contributes to overall social stability and balance. So, structural functionalist perspective holds that human societies tend to evolve toward encourage differentiation, in which institutions become increasingly specialized in the functions they perform. So next is pre-industrial society. During this society, the equality between men and women was maintained by giving them different tasks. The hunting, gathering, and substance farming activities had most pre-industrial societies. While specialization according to gender was considered a functional necessary. Women's functional roles are more limited to pregnancy, childbirth, and nursing. Sometimes, women also act as farmers and food gatherers, but they were dependent on men for food, hunting, and protection. So, pre-industrial society, it is a certain social attribute that forms of political and cultural organizations, including limited productions and predominantly agricultural economy, and limited divisions of labor and etc. So next is contemporary society. In this society, the father is expected to conserve the integrity of the family by providing food and shelter to this family. When the mother takes a dramatic role, she is expected to maintain healthy relationships and provide emotional supports and nurturing activities that ensure the household runs smoothly. So contemporary society, it deals with the problem and issues that related to the environment, populations, wealth, power, and tensions that conflicts
to the learners become aware to the consequences of human actions or societies, and develop critical judgment and define their understanding of the world. So, next is symbolic interaction perspective. It asserts that people do not respond directly to the world around them, but the meaning they bring to it. This perspective also explains that gender roles are learned through socialization process wherein women are socialized into expressive roles. Women are traditionally socialized, nurturing emotionally supportive roles, and men are socialized into instrumental roles and etc. that oriented roles. Sa symbolic interaction perspective, it is a major theory in sociological or social psychology. It helps us to understand how interactions can shape people experience and behavior. And that's all my report, and thank you.